What the fizzuck is up? I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm sure that annoyed everybody. I'm gonna keep doing that. How you doing, YouTube? We're gonna jump into our fascist update, which has been relabeled "What's up with the fascists?" What's up with the fascists? Also known as the Insurrection update. So we're gonna get into it. All of his money from Trump and Bill Gates. And the world is yours. What do you think, Zoomer? Does the world feel like yours? Does it feel like maybe the world is yours, but you bought it at a secondhand store? So this is funny. Another one for Woke Patriot, who's doing something more interesting than this, I'm sure. But this TikTok is all over this this homophobia shit. It's mine, not yours. The world is mine, old man. Yeah, okay. I love Nas. He's great. All right. So, yeah, TikTok is all over this homophobia. It's pretty funny. Watch the classic right-wing fascist behavior. Every accusation is admitting guilt.
The guy that was destroying the Pride section at Target has been caught on Grindr. This is usually the case for people that are this extreme.
So if you couldn't quite hear what she was saying, because it's TikTok and Zoomers need to be looking at 4 different things at once and need to be fully stimulated at all times to even be paying attention to any one thing. She's this guy who went viral for breaking down Pride displays in Target. And by the way, Target capitulated to this man, was intimidated by this man, and bent the knee to this man and all the men that are like him, because it's mostly men. There's some women too, right? I think it's dreadful USA is being associated with Nazis. Yeah. Do you vote Republican?
The guy that was destroying the Pride section at Target has been caught on Grindr. This is usually the case for people that are this extreme.
So his excuse here, look at him with his cute little mustache. Oh, he's a little cutie. Oh, he's a little jelly roll. I'd like to snuggle up with this one. What's his Grindr profile? So he, of course, was saying he was hunting pedophiles on Grindr, right? That's probably what he tells himself once he's leaving the hotel after a night of torrid gay sex, right? I'm not gay. I'm hunting for pedophiles, and I'm really thorough. I made sure every crevice of that guy wasn't a pedophile. I checked and triple checked. Not a wrinkle on that guy was a pedophile. Yep. On to the next one. I'm thorough. His little cute little mustache. Okay, Jerome. So you don't like that the United States. See, I knew you were a Republican because of the line what you were talking about. Obvious. So you don't like fascism, but you're going to continue to vote for a right-wing fascist party. You're going to continue to support and let them gaslight you and grift you into thinking that it's the left that are the fascists, while your side burns books, destroys religious liberty, is wildly corrupt and in your face about it, doesn't help you economically in any way, gives you bootstraps every time you cry out in pain. Shit's also silly to me when it comes to culture wars, but gay issues, I don't think they really care just easily. No, that's the thing. It's the latest kludgeon. They don't care about gay people. They don't care. This guy wants to have sex with men. He wants to have sex with men. He doesn't care. It's his politics. It's his identity. It's all right. Yeah. So you're going to both sides it. Really? So you got one side, you got one side doing a lot of fascistic stuff, and you got one side being basically bog standard corporatist. And there's no difference there, huh? But there's no difference there, but you're going to continue to support the right-wing fascists anyway, right? But both sides, but. So, guys, to the Gen Zers that are being introduced to this struggle, I would like to remind you that this has actually been a long time coming. This is when people say Donald Trump is the he didn't create the Republican Party. The Republican Party and the direction that the Republican Party was going in created an individual like Donald Trump. Right? It's not the other way around, right? Donald Trump didn't change the Republican Party. Donald Trump was birthed, like a Crimea, right? Not Crimea, Chimera, like a Chimera, right? Was birthed by the Republican Party. About global genocide, yeah. Sick joke. Should I just Jerome Fink Pooples? My God, your name is as annoying as your comments. Jerome, would you like to play a game? Are you in the mood to play a game, buddy? Before I continue on with this segment, I'd love to play a game with you. Are you interested? Would you like to play, Jerome? Oh, would you like to play? Play a game, Jerome? No. Yes or no? You have one more opportunity to answer yes or no, Jerome. Would you like to play a game? They're not fun when they don't struggle, right? When they're just like, I'm this guy. Wow, possible ban evader. Wow. Come on, one last chance for Jerome. Come on, do it. Jerome, you want to play? Okay. No, it's just no fun, dude. No fun. Boo. Boo. No fun at all. Enjoy your band, Jerome. Enjoy your band. Yeah, I think he did, Draven's Lowell. What a pussy. What a coward. He's probably in my DMs right now storming it up. All right, anyway, getting back to this. Poor Jerome didn't want to play, so. But getting back to this, I want to remind the Zoomers, and we're not going to watch this whole 8 minutes here, but this struggle, and yes, this is, I believe, Larry King. I think this is Larry King. This struggle against fascism has been ongoing for decades. And a lot of the roots of American fascism can be found in evangelicalism, in this strict interpretation of a Bible, right? And these groups of grifted idiots that are trying to change government and do it in a very authoritarian manner. A lot of the roots of American fascism can be found in the evangelical movement. So here's Frank Zappa, one of the OGs, right? Here's Frank Zappa educating us on the danger of evangelical Christianity.
We'll try to see if you could see this. Mr. Zappa has published his own warning and guarantee to go on record albums. What is this about, Frank?
Well, could I read it, or would you read it, or?
All right, it says, this album contains material which a truly free society would neither fear nor suppress. In some socially retarded areas, religious fanatics and ultra-conservative political organizations violate your First Amendment rights by attempting to censor rock and roll albums. We feel this is unconstitutional and un-American. As an alternative to these government-supported programs designed to keep you docile and ignorant, Barking Pumpkin is pleased to provide stimulating digital audio entertainment for those of you who have outgrown the ordinary. The language and concepts contained herein are guaranteed not to cause eternal torment in the place where the guy with the horns and the pointed stick conducts his business. This guarantee is as real as the threats of the video fundamentalists who use attacks on rock music in their attempt to transform America into a nation of check-mailing nincompoops in the name of Jesus Christ. If there is a hell, its fires wait for them, not us. You sound angry, Frank.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
I resent encroachments on the First Amendment because I'm a constitutional fundamentalist.
Yikes. Oof. Ooh, got to stay away from that. You know, the funny thing about constitutional, and I think Frank Zappa would, does not fall in line with this, right? But the grifters on the right wing that claim that they're constitutional fundamentalists, they always forget about the amendment process. Isn't that funny? Because they use the Constitution as a weapon, right, against the minorities that they hate, right? And they're like, oh, I'm just trying to follow our document to a T. Yeah, but you're just going to ignore that amendment process, aren't you, buddy? I don't think that's the case with Frank Zappa. I think what he's talking about is that we need to, if he would agree with amending the Constitution where it needs to be done, and the process is played out like that. But a lot of these constitutional fundamentalists we see on the right, they use the, like I said, they use the Constitution as a weapon. They're not interested in actually running government according to the U.S. Constitution. No, that's the for checks and balances. Ew. kissing Gonzo. Oh no, Gonzo. What, from the Muppets? I do be a free speech absolutist though, but it's funny that most of those guys don't know what amendment means. Yeah, that's another thing. Free speech absolutist. There are natural and normal limits on free speech. The idea that we can have a safe and secure society that is capable of ignoring stochastic terrorism is pretty ridiculous to me, right? Germany, swastika, great example. There are limits to free speech. Not too many, not as much as we think, though. Yeah, the absolutism stuff, you know.
And these encroachments are taking place how?
Well,
yeah, Al
they take place every
Rakabi,
day,
I think you're right.
Especially since the Reagan administration has taken power. I believe he must owe an awful lot to the group of video evangelists that he does business with.
Because they're talking about rock music and lyrics and what's on records and what kids are listening to.
It's not just that, because the influence of fundamentalist theory, let's call it, in American politics is, I think, beyond the limit of what the government should tolerate in terms of church meddling. After all, these people pay no taxes. They're getting a free ride. The IRS can't look at their books. And you've got a president that owes them a lot because they use their television stations to help get him in.
But they have a right of free
Well, Draven's Lowell, do you agree that words have power?
speech, which you would defend.
I defend.
And they have a right to say, I think Frank Zappa's lyrics are bad.
Of course.
Okay.
But they do not have a right to pass legislation or influence legislation which influences my life or the lives of people who don't agree with their point of view just because they've got an in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And they keep putting up the smoke screen about government meddling.
Well, Dravenslow, that seems rather glib and just kind of a hand wave. Once again, let me ask you, do you believe that words have power? Yes or no? I think that's an important start to this argument about free speech, right? I believe words have a lot of power.
Meddling in religion, but really it's religion meddling in government because of the economic influence there.
Now, what is their goal, do you think? They want to ban albums?
No, their goal.
Okay, so if you want to watch the rest of this interview, that's fine. Dravenslow over here is bringing up an interesting argument about free speech, which always comes up when talking about, do fascists deserve free speech? Do Nazis deserve free speech? What's the difference between right-wing politics and fascism and all that, right? But do fascists deserve free speech? I don't think they do, right? But here's my next question for you, Dravenslow. Do you think characters like Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, do you think they are powerful because of the words that they choose to use, right? When describing LGBTQ people, when they're otherizing, that does have an effect. There is power in that, right? In using those words is what I'm talking about, stochastic terrorism. No, Davey, I was just saying, you were saying ship her out immediately. I was saying, can we give her a slap on the wrist for the first time? And the United States is also not at war with Russia. Sure, they have power in their reach. Okay. So you agree. So as a free speech absolutist, you do agree then that words are powerful, and they can be dangerous, and that bad actors and grifters can weaponize free speech and use it successfully to attack democracy. Do you agree with all of that, what I just said? So if you want to see this interview, it's right here. Ran at war with neo-Nazis either. Well, that's why I'm getting to this debate, right? Like, how much free, if Nazis don't deserve free speech, how little free speech do they deserve? Right? What defines a Nazi? Do you when you put the tattoo on your body, are you a Nazi, right? Yeah, they can. I didn't say that there wasn't downsides. All right, that's a lot of free speech absolutists. They like to not talk about the downsides of unlimited, unrestricted free speech for literally everybody. Dravenslow. If Vosh dedicated his stream to discussing lolicon pornography, would you be okay with Twitch and Amazon keeping his content up to have daily discussions about lolicon pornography on Vosh's stream? Would you be okay with that? Just wondering where your limits are. I think I should have the individual freedom to express how I feel. What if you feel like you really enjoy lolicon pornography and you want to tell the world about it? I like to watch Alex Jones. I understand some people are watching. That's not the question I asked. What if expressing yourself means putting a camera in front of your face and talking about how you enjoy masturbating to pictures of little girls? Is that should that happen without punishment? Well, I just described what lolicon is. It's pictures of little girls. Should we just allow that to happen? Right? What? For what? Like the anime shit. Exactly. Yeah. Vosh on his Discord, there's comments that show that Vosh is a I don't know if a fan, but he seems to, seems to be a bit of a connoisseur. I don't know, could be fake messages though. So yeah, I mean, you say people should be allowed to express themselves and express however they, whatever they wish. I don't know enough about that, man, to be honest. Doesn't sound like you're a free speech absolutist. You see what I mean? You see what I mean about how that absolutist really gets you into a lot of trouble? Hi there, Greek salad. Cool name. But do you see how that absolutist word gets you in a lot of trouble? I just explained to you what it is, and now you're like, oh, I'm ignorant to it now again. Did you forget? Should a streamer be allowed to talk about his fandom for lolicon pornography without ramifications, without punishment? A free speech absolutist would say, no, that person should not be punished at all. I'm not talking about an interview. I'm talking about a person every day sitting in front of the camera talking about how much he loves lolicon pornography. Should that person be allowed to do so? Yeah, don't Google it. I thought you were an absolutist. You seem to be doing a lot of waffling for an absolutist. You're doing a lot of, I don't know, man, for an absolutist. I'm just trying to point out how stupid the term is to try and, free speech absolutist. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, at the end of the day, you agree to certain limits on free speech. It depends on the state. Once again, I'm seeing a lot of waffling. I just ate a waffle for breakfast. I should know. But wow, I'm getting a lot of waffling from you as Mr. Absolutist here. Just saying, maybe you should reconsider the term. Maybe you should reconsider the term. It's fun to say, right? A lot of fun to say, I'm a strict constitutionalist. Really? No, you're not. You don't believe in amendments, do you? Well, only the ones I kind of like. You're pretending like you don't know as a distraction to not have a discussion about what we were talking about, which is the absolutist term. You're doing everything you can desperately to get away from the discussion about the absolutist term, is what you're doing. As an absolute of cheese, I eat only cheese. Fuck vitamins. Are you Wallace from Wallace and Gromit? I want to see, welcome back, Zio, by the way. I want to see companies that get to a certain size of dominance be subject to special conditions of full public service. I like that idea. Actually, I really like that idea. There's no reason why we got to treat companies like people with rights. We can be racist to companies, and we can say, this company that has these certain characteristics we don't like, and we're going to pass laws against it. Yeah, I said it. We could be racist to companies. Oh, no. No, I still stand by what you want, Lamau. I don't even know what you're... Just move on, okay? Reconsider the absolutist term. We're going to go ahead and move on. So this next clip is amazing. These fascists don't know what they're getting into. The snake is already eating its own tail. There are, you know, kind of more, you know, old school right wingers that prefer their fascism to be suited up and really nice and really gradual. They're, you know, like Piers Morgan here, you know, who, you know, you prefer a very slow and gradual fascism where he stays on top of the hierarchy. But now he's being confronted with the conservatives are being confronted with the monsters that they're creating. And here's a great example of Piers Morgan going, well, gee, I don't know if we should kill all adulterers. I liked all the anti-gay stuff, but I don't know. Should we really, you know, draw and quarter adulterers like it says in your medieval book? Well, thank you, Draven's Lowell, for being an honest actor and considering what I'm saying. But yeah, you know, Piers Morgan here over his head. Gee, I don't know. I only wanted a little fascism. I didn't want full theocratic authoritarianism. Oh, Jesus, ooh.
Well, Piers, this is biblical teaching. It shouldn't be a surprise to you or anyone else that...
No, but like I said, the Bible also teaches people to stone people to death, but we don't do that in
that's the
civilized places anymore.
That's the penalty for sin, Piers, but Jesus...
So for adultery, you would...
died on the
well,
cross
just to
in
clarify
our
then,
place.
for adultery, you think it's right to stone people to death?
I think that...
As they do in Saudi Arabia, for example. Do you?
All sin deserves...
What the fuck are you smiling at, buddy? Is that the smile you're going to have when you're stoning people? When you finally make it legal and you get your theocratic, you know, autocracy is in full swing? Is that what you're going to look like when you get to throw the first stone and an adulterer buried, you know, waist deep into the dirt, buried up to their torso in the dirt, can't move their arms? Is that the look on your face that I should expect?
The death penalty. And Jesus...
So adultery is a sin?
Let me finish.
It's right to stone people
Listen
to
to
death.
that.
I think that...
As they do in Saudi Arabia, for example. Do you?
All sin deserves the death penalty. And Jesus...
So adultery is a sin?
Let me finish, please.
Hang on. Is adultery a sin?
It's an important point.
Is adultery a sin?
Jesus died on the cross for sinners. He took the place
Joshua,
of sin.
is adultery a sin?
Yes.
So you want to execute everyone who's committed adultery?
All sin, all 613 commandments, all sin is...
If this motherfucker isn't wearing pure silk on every one of these garments, I think he should be the first one, right? All sin. You're not allowed to mix fabrics. What is this fucking heathen doing on my screen? I think he should be the first to go, right? Look at this heathen. What is this? Is that cotton and what? Simulated fabrics mixed together? Are you wearing leather? Is your belt leather, sir? I've seen enough. I've seen enough of this blasphemer. Bury him up to the torso so that I can cast the first stone. And I will do it gleefully, knowing that my hand of God, I am doing his will. See how easy this is? How the most mediocre of fucking motherfuckers can pick up this silly little book and all of a sudden elevate themselves to a position of power. How easy that shit is. These fucking people will be eating themselves alive if we continue to give them power. Look at the smile. What the fuck are you smiling at? Well, he's doing both, Davey. He's doing both. Take him to the pits. I'm sick of even looking at this blasphemer. That ain't silk.
Punishable by death.
Right. Joshua, that's nuts, mate.
And that's what the Bible
And that's the
teaches,
problem, you
Piers.
see.
Piers.
You start off, you had me at the start.
You had me at hating gay people. I despise wokeism and cultural Marxism. I heard Jordan Peterson say that once.
You had me about the pronoun issue because I think it's incredibly complicated. And I also have a big concern about the number of kids who are basically putting their hands
Oh my
up
God,
saying,
he did trim his beard. Holy shit. Is his wife properly covered? I bet you she's not. Properly, the wife isn't properly covered and unaccompanied out in public like some slut? Holy shit.
Woman, I'm a girl, I'm a boy when they're not. and so on.
Selective bigotry.
This stuff is nuts, mate.
Welcome to the monster you've created, you fat turkey gobbled neck slob, Piers Morgan.
If you're going to say that everyone who's a sinner by the rule of the Bible has to be killed, there's no one left.
Deserves the
There's only you left, and I don't feel comfortable about a world with only Joshua Sutcliffe alive.
Don't be.
How tolerant am I? I'm not very tolerant of right-wing assholes who like to gaslight and weaponize free speech. So if that's the direction you're going in, you might as well get the fuck out now. Wait, there we go. His wife is probably covered. She better be. She better be. Fucking blasphemer over here. Moving on, Ron DeSantis update. If we're going to be talking about fascists, we better be talking about good old Hamburger Ron. Part of the Bible was literally them killing everyone who disagreed with him? No. Jesus loves. Jesus is life. Ron DeSantis signs bill protecting Elon Musk if his rockets explode and kill workers. Hey, Molly, is that how I say it? Yeah, W. DeSantis. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You can't wait to destroy wokeism. I know. Do you want to play a game, Molly? I'm dying to play a game. I am itching to play a game. You want to play a game? Don't insult hamburgers. It's Meatball Ron. Good point. Thank you, Davey. Meatball Ron. Meatball Ron. Would you like to play a game, Molly? I'm just going to have to ban you if not. But if you're willing to play a game, you can stick around. Hey, folks, here it is. All right. Here we go. It is everyone's favorite game show. Where is it? There it is. Are you a dumbass? All right, everyone, welcome our first contestant of the day, Molly. I don't know how to say their name. Molly is close enough. The rules of the game are simple. I'm going to roll the dice, and that's going to select the grade level for your question 1 through 5. After we've selected the grade, you're going to have 10 whole seconds to answer the question. Make sure you get it right. You do not have time to Google it. So let's go ahead and where is it? Dice. There we go. Let's go ahead and roll this dice. Throw it. Hey, grade 2. He can do grade 2. He can do grade 2. Here we go. Let's do. Here we go. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Easy. Grade 2 reading comprehension question. So we have a reading question. Grade 2. Can Molly do it? Now, Molly, it's good to note that you are fighting for not being banned. I will ban you immediately if you do not get this question correct. Because I am a tyrant who hates free speech. Right? That's what the fascists would say. All right, so here we go. Are you ready, Molly? You have 10 seconds to answer this question. Do not try to look it up on Google. I will know. According to the poem, Who Has Seen the Wind? Have either of you or I seen it? 10 seconds. According to the poem, who has seen the wind? Have we seen the wind, according to the poem? Loser. Oh, wow. 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 What is that? What is that? Some DeSantis thing? The answer is no, dumbass. Dumbass. It's a reading question. It's a reading question. It's a reading question. All right. Thank you for playing Ban Evader, Molly's Knave. Thank you for playing Are You a Dumbass?
You're a dumbass. Such a dumbass.
Hey, I tell you what, Davey, just for you, the next question will be a geography or history question. All right. Our first dumbass of the day. How about that? Don't you love it? I love it. Oh, vote Ron DeSantis. Ooh. He's gonna destroy wokeism. What is woke, sir? I don't really know, but god damn it pisses me off. Me next. Okay, sure. Yeah, you want to play the game, big guy? Okay, no problem. Let's play the game. Fuck you. How about we play that game? Sounds like a leftist. Get the fuck out of here. You think you're welcome here? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I want to play the game. I'm a dumbass. No. How about no? How about no? All right, there you go. That's, oh, wait, no, okay. What am I doing? China? What am I doing? Patch update. Okay. Back to it here. Ron DeSantis signs bill protecting Elon Musk if his rockets explode and kill workers. DeSantis signed the bill just one day after his presidential announcement alongside Musk. But I think he was hoping for a little bit more fanfare and a little bit more like dominating the news cycle kind of thing. That's what this kind of looks like. Oh, you and me, Elon, we're going to do it. I really am wondering if the fascist agenda to take over the country is going to be defeated by their own incompetence. By their own incompetence. He was hoping for money. I don't know what he was hoping for. Greek salad, right? But that's okay. That's my question to the chat. Will this attempt by the fascists to take over the country, and they are attempting to do that, you just 10 minutes watching Steve Bannon will show that. Will this attempt to take over the country fail before it even really gets started? You know, not because the neoliberals have pushed back and have actually done something effective to stymie their attempt to dissolve democracy, but simply because they are too narcissistic, too full of themselves to actually get anything done. Right? We saw it with Trump during Trump's 4 years. He there was all kinds of things he would have liked to have done, but he couldn't form coalitions. He didn't know, he motherfucker honestly thought he could run the government like he runs one of his shitty casinos. And he's not even good at that. Running the casino. Right? So that's my question to the chat. Is it possible that right-wing incompetence will, somehow fix this for us? Boy, that would be a great lesson to learn for the lefties. Just wait around and piss and moan long enough for the Republicans to shoot themselves in the foot. For the right-wingers to just stumble and fall. Yeah, Trump wanted to pull out of NATO and all kinds. Imagine Greek salad, the damage that Trump would have done if every one of his ridiculous, whims was fulfilled, right? Nuke a hurricane. This is the guy that was looking at a picture of weather data and then changed it, added his own prediction. This is the guy. I know the weather. Next little bit about DeSantis here. Just wanted to show you his. Was this the link that Mr. Loser?
President of the United States to lead our great.
Yeah, no, we don't need to hear that. Is this what Mr. Loser posted in the chat? W DeSantis, yeah, W's everywhere, man. We're gonna kill the woke dubs. Crashes and burns. No one even in his own party wants to vote for him. Oh, it was Rick Astley. That's funny. It was a yes or no question. He had a 50% chance of just guessing it. Didn't even bother doing that. Pathetic. That DeSantis announcement on Twitter was the political equivalent of an unplanned rapid disassembly. Pretty pathetic. And this is what I'm talking about is that, I think Ron DeSantis thinks Elon Musk has it all under control at Twitter, right? I do think DeSantis will beat Trump. Yeah. Yeah. How do you, Davey? I'm interested. How do you think this will play out? Do you think Trump will just get arrested and not run, or do you think Trump will run and he's going to lose at the debates? I just don't see Trump losing the debate to Ron DeSantis. I don't see that happening. Trump is going to be on the attack 24/7. Ron DeSantis is going to look like a little bitch because he is a little bitch. He looks like two Jeb Bushes squished together. Right? These posers. Look at Elon Musk, this fucking poser over here. He didn't build any of it, didn't engineer a goddamn thing. Right? He's losing the company fucking billions of dollars. Tesla, all of his little companies, losing incredible amounts of money. This guy's supposed to be a fucking genius. MAGA love for Trump. Mushroom ruts deep. The little mushroom. All right, so Davey says he will lose the debates. Wow, really? What a prediction. I do not agree with you. Trump will say something extreme that will anger a lot of Republicans. What? What could he possibly say? What extreme thing could he possibly say? What? What in the world could Trump say to the Republicans that would get him to hate him? What? What? I mean, honestly, what? Chris Christie, the secret weapon. Chris Christie, yeah. All right, I side with Davey. Okay. Trump himself said he could shoot someone at Fifth Avenue and still not lose votes. He's not wrong so far. I think Trump will take a leftist talking point and try to counter on. Interesting. Like he'll be pro-vaccine, well, he's anti-Ukraine war now. He's flipped on that a few times, but now he's settled on anti-Ukraine war. So maybe the vaccine stuff. Well, you think Ron will go on the attack? Vaccine mandates to Trump. You think that'll be effective? Trump already supports Disney. Do Republicans care that much about Disney? You know what I mean? Republicans, especially outside of Florida. You know, do right-wingers outside of Florida give a shit about Disney? I mean, I'm going to be covering the debates day one, so look forward to that. We'll be getting into this, so make sure you have your opinions ready. Make sure you're armed with your opinions. Trump used to be very pro-trans as well. He's a con man, and he will say that he thinks what he thinks will do the best. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Republicans will eat it up. If it's snappy and in the 5 milliseconds that you've heard it, it sounds like it's burning Ron DeSantis. Republicans will. That's great. I love it. Right. So here's what here's the future that Ron DeSantis wants to bring to the rest of America. Like was that a fake campaign ad, or did Ron DeSantis really put out a campaign ad that said, he wants to make America Florida? Did Ron DeSantis really do that, or was that just a viral made up meme or something? He will literally just lie. It's amazing to watch. Yeah, he'll just everything Ron DeSantis tries to say, no, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. Ron DeSantis will have like a book of like facts and things to dig Trump on and be like, I don't know what Ron's talking about. I don't know. He'll just dance all around it. Ron, I don't think he's got it in him anymore. I don't know. I used to have more faith in Ron DeSantis. I don't think he's got it in him anymore. But hey, here's a sneak peek at the world that Ron DeSantis wants to build for you and your children. Make sure you keep sitting on the couch and posting on Twitter. That will make Ron DeSantis and his ilk go away.
But for many business owners, the law has left a bitter taste.
You have to have a plan set up for that to take place.
If you don't know what's going on, Ron DeSantis passed a massive anti-immigration bill that requires companies that employed illegal immigration to verify their workers with a voucher system. And the end result is no one is working. People have fucking left. The law hasn't even gone into effect yet. And people, are already, leaving and, readjusting their lives. And local businesses in Florida are feeling the pinch immediately. So this is what Ron DeSantis wants to do. And maybe a character like Davey would actually agree with this. Like, yeah, well, they're illegal. They should be deported. We're not gonna do anything about the economic situation that creates. What's that going to do to the agricultural situation, the restaurant situation? We're not going to try and address any of that. The solution is simply just to kick them all out. And I'm not saying that's maybe what Davey would agree with. I'm just saying, Davey will surprise you. Deport her. She put pro-Russian stuff on her garage. Get her the fuck out of here. Can we do a slap on the wrist? No. All right. I actually support very lax immigration, so I love immigrants. I love it. See, that's what I'm saying about Davey. You don't want to nail him down. Deport the Russian lady who's a guest, but other immigrants are cool. You see what I mean? This Davey guy, you never know where he's going to go. What do I think about suburbia? Well, I mean, what do I think about suburbia and like, white sprawl, I mean, that's a complicated question. People need a place to live. People need an affordable place to live. Not everyone can afford, a really nice, 3-story, in downtown, wherever. At the same time, man, I got to say, suburbia can really depress you with how efficient it is. There's no, like, all the little malls and stuff. There's no creativity. It's all like generic building after generic building. These houses have to look exactly the same. Who in the right mind said every house needs to look exactly the same for property values to rise? I don't understand these things, right? But that's a very complicated question, Greek salad. Maybe for a later day. Lacks immigration, but they must be pro-America. Interesting. Davey, you're an interesting character. DeSantis seems to have a likability problem. He tends to come across as an ass. He missed a valuable opportunity to find himself country with Bungling's announcement on, it was Twitter, not Twitch. But yeah, Clutch Cargo, I totally agree with that assessment, 100%. My favorite clip of Trump is holding a Bible, and a reporter asked the Bible. He said, is that your Bible? He said, it's a Bible. But no, I mean, Greek salad, it is a complicated question. Gentrification, white flight, NIMBYism, real estate costs, how depressing in general suburbia can be. These are all very important questions. I could do a whole segment on that, and maybe we should. That's a good question. Let's get back to it here.
It's no different than the bills, healthcare bill and stuff like that. Nothing can be replaced unless you really have a long setup process for the next thing to take hold. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to get rid of these people, and then look at the farmers that are left without workers.
Aware of the need for agricultural workers, Jerry Spencer turned to unemployed Americans, but says after 2 weeks, most couldn't cope.
With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate, and in addition to the fact that their bodies just were not built for it.
Oh, poor guy. Couldn't work them like slaves like he would his normal immigrants. Man, I mean, this is a problem as well. If this labor market requires underpaid, third world people to come in and do all the hard work, there's a serious disconnect here that's wildly unsustainable. So, instead of perpetuating a system of illegal immigration and working them pennies on the dollar, to the fucking bone, maybe we should devise a whole new paradigm for how agriculture is handled, right? Some good videos on that can be found on a certain YouTube channel. If I can say its name without, no, it's fine. Greek salad. Put a link to it. It's fine. What is it? Destiny, Vosh, Hassan videos. Decommodifying housing would be a W. It needs to happen, Draven's and owners of homes need to come to terms with this. But you know what the government needs to do for homeowners that are faced with the prospect of losing value in their home to make the market more fair? They need to bail them out. Okay, the government needs to pay back homeowners, or needs to give some money to homeowners to help swallow this bitter pill of decommodifying real estate. It's wildly unsustainable for it to just keep rising and rising in value. They ain't built like they used to, huh? Welcome back, Reed. My neighborhood is about 8% Indian. I don't know why there's so many people from India, but it's very cool. I live in a very actually pretty dense area filled with people from India. I love it. The guy runs a pizzeria. He adds all this Indian flavor to the pizza. It's really cool. Agree with Davey. Not as a joke this time. Oh, Adam something. Yeah, he's fun. He's good. I think I've heard of him.
Not.
Make sure you check it out.
Built for it.
Third-generation farmer Scott Benton says the effect on farming was devastating.
A lot of people left, and all the workers left.
Look, it's not every farmer, but it's all too often. I always ask this question: who do you think this guy's voting for? Right, we got a big problem here. Right, I showed the farmer last stream, right, from Arizona. Right, we got a big problem here. It's America. All the money's leaving America. Look at all these Saudi Arabians growing alfalfa and shipping it overseas. Look at that money leaving America, draining all our water. Who are they voting for? Right? Maybe not this guy. This guy, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of getting Libby vibes off him. I'm getting a little Libby vibe off him. Maybe I'm wrong. Thank you for the follow, Greekist salad. Our current people are fine with socialism for the rich and capitalism for the poor, and dumb Republicans just love it. It's odd. It's more complicated than that, but right now that you're not incorrect in some of your observations, Dravenslow. I could see him voting libertarian, sure. Independent, whatever the fuck that means.
And people were, they already had the crops out there ready to harvest, so they didn't have anybody to pick them. So a lot of farms lost their whole crop.
Wow.
You're not going to get an entitled American to come out and do the work that we do.
Who's this guy voting for, huh? Huh? Who's this guy voting for?
40 years, John Alger has been in the farming industry. We saw some of the work his people do.
Some tractor driving, some manual labor. It's hot. There's mosquitoes out here. It's uncomfortable situation.
What do you tell someone who says, I'm not a farmer, I don't hire undocumented immigrants, this doesn't affect me?
Good for them. Get ready to pay more at the grocery store.
And this may not be the only industry affected. We're already getting calls from construction workers and those who employ them. The law goes into effect July 1st. In Homestead.
Another big W for DeSantis as his sycophants who are not getting paid spread the word across Twitch. How many sycophants for progressives have we seen in our chat? I can't think of a single fucking one. I can't think of a single time some enthusiastic progressive lefty came into my chat and said, I think Ocasio-Cortez should be president, or I think, the fill in the blank should be president. I'm getting behind this person. I'm supporting this person. And yet, what do we see on the right? Enthusiasm. Unpaid solicitation, stream after stream, hopping around. He's a band evader. That's what Twitch said about him. Hopping around, stream to stream. DeSantis W, DeSantis for the win, DeSantis for the win. Where's the enthusiasm for the left? And then I see this protest movement in France, right? All spit and vinegar, fucking fire and flame. No progressive party to represent you and your ideals. That's disappointing. Yeah, of course, Dravenslow. That's the fight that we have to fight as progressives. Yeah. The bog standard MSNBC neoliberal doesn't want nothing to do with progressives. That's the fight. Too fucking bad. Well, it sucks. Oh, it sucks. We're getting resistance from the left and the right. Oh shit. Well, too fucking bad. This is what I'm talking about with the 3-step program. Nonviolent, direct political action in the streets, activism, organizing in the streets, but unionizing, disrupting. That is our only choice moving forward. And the sooner we come to terms with it as lefties, the better. There it is, step 2. Go ahead and join a progressive political organization in your area and start putting in the work. The fascists are putting in the work. How many? We've had 2 so far. 2 so far in the chat. I can't wait to vote right wing. I can't wait. I love it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Facts be damned. Facts be damned. They're saying it like literally in a fucking, in a trailer, right? You know what I mean? Like, they got no AC. They're sweating. They're eating fucking TV dinners. I love my life. It is great. I love right wingers. Where's the left? Fucking where's the left? We're gonna really sit here and flirt with the idea that Ron DeSantis can tell us what to do with our genitals before we do something about this? Is that really what I'm hearing? Clutch Cargo, yeah, you're right. Why so few? And the reason why is that we're under attack. We're under attack from the corporate left, from the fascistic right, the suppression, the corporate media is really, really careful to not repeat progressive narratives. If they have to report on a progressive protest, they will change the language. They will change the context for what's happening. Right? They will pick selective interviews to make them look bad. It's a whole program. It's a whole program. I mean, and we're dealing with it every single day. You can't talk to you can't talk to a normie person on the left about protesting without them bringing up BLM riots. Without them basically giving you a right-wing style whataboutism session on Antifa BLM riots. The mainstream neoliberal left have embraced Reaganism. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do. That's great, DCH. I'm glad you're having a good time on your weekend. You deserve it, buddy. Has populism swallowed the left? How? Why? Those are big questions. Those are big questions. I'm a man of action. I'm a man of action, and all I know is what works. And what works is organizing and marching and participating, and however you can participate. Maybe you can't march, but you give some money. Maybe maybe you can march. You don't have a lot of money, but you can make a sign. Right? Of course you're voting. Of course you're voting, but you're pressuring politicians on the ground. They see your face. They might be hiding from it, but they see you. They know it. You hassle them, you harass them, you disrupt. You disrupt and disrupt and disrupt until you get your way. Oh, petulant. Oh, you're a petulant child. This is democracy. This is democracy. Democracy is messy and loud, and sweaty and nasty and awkward. And you either get with the motherfucking program or you get left behind. The fascists, the Bannon and Charlie Kirk with TPM USA are organizing circles around the left. Right? Every single fucking school board meeting in the United States has been invaded by right-wing provocateurs, but people that are organizing. They don't even know it. They're part of a movement that's organized and spreading their message. They think they're standing up for children. Right? But they're activated, they're organized, they're participating, they're donating, and we're losing to them. So that's my message. And there's my fascist update, insurrection update. What's up with the fascists? Hope you enjoyed that segment. We're going to move on to U.S. news next.